Sometimes feeling overwhelmed can almost seem to paralyze you. So how do you move beyond it and get your life back on track? Motivational expert Ian Houghton has some tips on how to help you live your best life. Ian?
Yes, hi. Well, look, hey, we all know what that amazing feeling of being overwhelmed is all about, right? It's that warm, cuddly feeling that we get to experience, you know, when we sit there and we're like, ooh, I love that feeling of being overwhelmed. Not. Anyway, look, we all know what it's like when we sit there and we have that heavy burden that sits on side of our shoulders or on top of our shoulders even. Sometimes we can often become snappy, even irritable, and usually we end up taking it out on people like our family and friends, possibly even our partner too. Look, here's what's so important to understand about being overwhelmed. Sometimes just actually understanding what the feeling of overwhelm is and what overwhelming is can really help to reduce that feeling in the beginning. So, what is the feeling of overwhelmed and where does it come from? Well, very simply it's this. It's all to do with the number of open cycles that you have in your life. You may say to yourself, what is an open cycle? Well, view it like a big circle. When you go to start something, you open up a brand new cycle, right? The problem that most of us have is we end up with a volume of open cycles in our lives. That's what overwhelm comes from, the number of open cycles. So, how can we begin to reduce these open cycles? Well, very simply, let me give you a couple of ideas as to where the feeling of overwhelm can come from, both in business and in personal. So, let's say on the business side of things, we're going to create a brand new website. Well, first of all, we need to decide, are we going to do the website ourselves, or are we going to find somebody else to do the website? And if we are going to find somebody else to build the website for us, then we need to find out, where can we find that individual? But if we don't and we're going to do it ourselves, first of all, you have to learn how to build a website. That's overwhelming in itself. Then we need to create the content for it. That's overwhelming in itself. And then we need to find the images, and then we need to make sure that the website itself works. Look, if you're not overwhelmed thinking about that right now, I know I certainly am, right? But let's look at this on a personal side too. Let's say, for example, you're sitting at home and you say, you know what? I'm now going to go out there and I'm going to do all the laundry that's in my house. The moment we do that, we begin to open up a brand new cycle, right? So we gather all the laundry in the house, we sit there and we start, right, we do the first load of laundry. Great. We do the second load of laundry. Excellent. Maybe something happens and we don't actually get to finish all the laundry. We've got an open cycle for a website, we've got an open cycle for the laundry, and you've probably got a ton of other open cycles too. So, you might say to yourself, I get that, but how do I fix it? Well, very simply this. All you're going to do is you're going to close your open cycles. You're going to complete all the stuff that hasn't been complete. So how do we do it? Simple. You're going to get a piece of paper and a pen, or if you're like me, maybe even your mobile phone. You go into the notes section and you'll begin to list all the open cycles that you have. Business, personal, relationship, it doesn't matter. Get them all down. And then once you've got them down, all you're going to do is what? That's right. You're going to complete your open cycles. You're going to close them off. So if you started something, you're now going to close it off. Anyway, it literally is as simple as that. And with that being said, thanks very much, and until next time.
Ian, thank you so much. I learned so much. I'm going to try to implement it as well and close the cycle and move on. Thank you so much. We're going to have more on Daily Flash when we come back.